Hey, MadLab Nation, how you guys doing? Greg Mack, Rainmaker 201 podcast. January's coming to a close quick, isn't it? Hopefully you guys are off to a fantastic start of the year and you're meeting humans and talking to them. They're calling you, walking in, you're going out into your community and trying to talk to them because that's what it's going to take, right? You're in the people business, the human business, and so you got to interact with humans. And so just wanted to briefly go over a key concept in the selling training process and communication development that Rainmaker 201 is, however you want to describe that, right? And so, I don't really like the word sailing or sales or any of that stuff because it's got such negative connotations associated with it on both the consumer side and the salesperson side. But, hey, we're in a transaction with another human being where money or some other kind of consideration is on the table about a service or a product, and some kind of trade has to occur at the end. A decision has to be made about whether to move forward, and that's really, in my mind, and what I've for last year or two really been kind of pushing as far as framing this process is that you're trying to figure out what this other human being that's pretty much a stranger to you is all about, and build some trust quickly and authentically and strategically, so that maybe they'll break down some defensive walls and share with you what's really going on with them. So a real decision based on real, truthful, honest information that's relevant to what you do as a coach can occur. So in order to do that, we need to what? Find out what's going on with them. How do we do that? Questions. And so you really have to become a professional questioner. I don't know if that's a word or not, but that's what we're shooting for. Professional interviewer might be another way to say that formulates poignant, relevant, targeted questions. And we're not used to this as humans. We're used to what? Answering kiosks, because that's what your parents and teachers and whoever raised you told you to do. When adults ask questions, which the consumer does, you just sit there and answer. And that doesn't work in this transaction. And so we need the backstory. You've heard me talk about that before. It's all the stuff that's occurred before the decision for them to call you, walk in, send a text, email, go to your website and fill out an inquiry form, right? All the ways that maybe somebody can choose to interact with you. And it's not on a whim, typically. The only way you're going to find out if it's on a whim is you got to ask questions. And so what I want you to do is make a list of all the kind of questions you're getting from your suspect or prospect. Even, your members, because the interviewing and the process of figuring out what this other person really needs never really ends, does it? Even after they buy your coaching services and all the things that come with that. And so to be a professional questioner or interviewer, you've got to be great at and on your feet and thinking about how to ask questions and how many questions can you even think of to ask. So I want you to do this. Make a list. All the questions people ask you. How much is it? What's this going to cost? When can I start? I want to lose weight. Can I get stronger? Will I get injured? Right? All the questions that you're getting in some form or another, they generally probably fall into, a few categories, and can be asked a variety of different ways. But the main principle of the questions there. And so I want you to think about writing those things down and do it. Don't think about it. Do it. Get with your colleagues if you'd like. That might help because they might come up with questions you haven't thought of. So you can add to your questioning quiver. Is that the right thing? Yeah, your quiver of questions. And so when someone asks you or tells you or makes a statement like, I'd really like to lose weight, how many questions can you think to ask about that simple statement? And I'm hoping that you can come up with 10, 12 good questions about that statement. And so get a piece of paper, sit down, and knock this out so that you can build your questioning competency have a quiver of questions for the variety of statements and questions your suspect or prospect might have for you. So you have a way of getting through the superficial stuff, getting into the backstory, and finding out the real drivers, the real value, the real motivation, which tends to have, right, an emotional component that most people don't wear on their sleeves. Some do, and they'll come in and express their raw, sincere, authentic emotions, but I would contend that most don't, for, again, a variety of reasons: personality, defensiveness, uncertainty, distrust. So that's your assignment. By the end of this month, whoever's listening to this podcast, you're going to get on the road to being a professional interviewer, a professional and competent questioner. All right. Let me know how that goes. I'll see you guys at the summit here coming up pretty soon. So I don't know if you've signed up for the summit yet, but get on that. So we're going to have a lot of fun and get a lot of stuff done. So